See, they glorified God. They glorified God, what God had done with Paul. They recognized that only God can change a human heart. Only God can take a wicked soul bent on destroying Christians and make him a lover of men's souls. Only God can do that. I fear for the American church, Christian church in America, we recognize the gospel in God changing the heart of Paul. But I fear we do not see ourselves in the same way, as being in the same boat as Paul, and therefore needing the same operation as Paul, and needing the same call that God gave Paul. Some of us may not have great immoral failure, and we can tend to see ourselves as the Pharisee who looked down on the sinner praying in the temple. I thank you, God, I'm not like him. I thank you, I'm not as bad a sinner as many other people. You see, we tend to see people of the world, people in government, politicians that do harm to the church, do harm to people in general, and just simply see them as the enemy. When we could see them as lost people who are in judgment of God and needing a new birth. Please hear me on this. They are not less deserving than we are. You or I. If you ever think for 1 second that you are more deserving of God's grace than anyone else, when I say anyone else, put anybody on that list. Any crooked politician, KKK, Antifa, Osama bin Laden. If you think you deserve grace more than anybody else, it is a very clear principle that says you don't understand God's grace. A person who is born again, truly born again, if they have not yet, they will come to the place where they see their own complete moral bankruptcy before Christ. They will come to the place where Isaiah, who knew nothing about this, but was when confronted with the presence of God, fell on his face and cried out, "Woe is me, for I am an unclean man with unclean lips, for my eyes have seen the King."